This video is a quick and simple introduction into the world of data management. I hope you enjoy. Data management is an umbrella term that covers everything put in place by an organization to manage information and utilize it to make decisions. The buzzword that has taken over pretty much every industry and large organization in the last decade is data-driven. You can find a million articles, studies, or blogs out there telling you why you should adopt a data-driven culture in your organization, but basically, to sum all of them up, this is why. You can easily open the hood on your organization and see how it's operating. You can identify problems faster, and you can also identify opportunities faster. You can analyze past and sometimes even real-time data to make informed decisions about the future. And basically, when you're making an important decision, you want as much information and you want as much context as you can get so you can make the decision confidently. And being able to make data-driven decisions gives you an incredibly strong competitive advantage in the marketplace because very few companies actually are. Building a data-driven company is pretty difficult, but if you manage to pull it off, it's way easier to become a leader in your market because you can leverage information that your competitors just don't have. And on the flip side of that, if you lack any type of data management strategy whatsoever, good luck staying competitive. It's probably not going to happen. In this New Vantage Partners Report from 2022 on the state of corporate data initiatives, it states that only 26.5% of organizations have achieved their data-driven goals. So a majority of organizations out there are still struggling, and only about a quarter of them have actually figured it out. So if you're looking to get ahead and stay ahead, becoming data-driven should 100% be a part of your plan. But building an effective data-driven culture only works when it's built on top of strong data management foundations. So what are those foundations? Here at Polyseam, we believe the three most important pillars of a strong data management strategy are data governance, data architecture, and data quality. So let's go over what they actually mean. The first is data governance. This refers to all the rules that are put in place around data. This includes the roles and responsibilities of team members, access control, policies, procedures, standards, everything that's put in place to enforce a high quality of data flowing throughout the organization. The rules of governance end up being documented, but it looks different for every single company depending on company size, what your systems are, and what types of data you're dealing with. The next important pillar is data architecture. This is the actual design of the systems involved with how the data flows throughout your company and gets where it needs to be when it needs to be there. Broadly speaking, this includes your infrastructure, which could be in the cloud, or maybe you have massive server rooms at your company, and all the applications that are running on those servers to make the data flow from place to place. It's the hardware and the software. The last pillar of a strong data management strategy is data quality. Having accurate and up-to-date data is an essential part of being data-driven. Everything needs to be monitored, and data needs to be cleaned very carefully because the data you receive in reports needs to actually reflect what reality is. It is basically the whole point of being data-driven. So the quality of your data is super important. Now, you might be wondering how you actually implement these pillars into your organization. Traditional data management videos like this would tell you to adopt a centralized data management approach, but organizations have struggled for decades trying to implement that and achieve reliable data architecture and data quality. Remember, only a quarter of companies out there have actually managed to do it. And this is the problem that we're solving here at Polyseam, and luckily for you, we're making our solution fully open source. We are building what we like to call a data product registry, which enables companies to implement and maintain a data mesh in their organization. A data mesh is essentially a new way of managing the pillars that I just mentioned, but it takes on more of a decentralized approach. Centralized data models rely on a central IT team to answer requests for data, which ultimately just ends up being a bottleneck for the flow of data to decision makers. Whereas with a decentralized data mesh, it distributes the ability to publish and consume data across the organization. So you don't have the problem of one team getting flooded with all the data requests from the rest of the organization, and this also eliminates that central bottleneck. Check out our platform if that sounds interesting to you. I'll definitely leave a link in the description. Now, that was obviously a very high-level introduction to data management, but hopefully you have a little bit of a better understanding to what data management is, why it's important for large organizations, and what some of the most important pillars are. Let us know if you're interested in hearing more about how data mesh is changing the entire data management landscape. If you got some value out of the video, drop a like. It really helps our channel out. Thank you so much for watching. I hope everybody has an awesome day.